Hi, thanks for joining me. This is the second part of a three-part video series that I'm doing with Andy Deeks. So Andy did the first video a couple of weeks ago where he was talking about employer branding specifically for the haulage and transport sector. I'm going to talk on employer branding today as well, but for the software industry, which is where I specialise. So for those of you that don't know, I specialise in recruitment strategy for software companies. So that's everything from employer branding to recruitment process to employee engagement and retention. So like I say, today we're going to focus on employer branding. So I think one of the key things that Andy picked up on in his video is, do you know what your employees are saying about you when they're talking to what could be prospective candidates? So he talked about truck drivers going to truck shows and being at truck stops, and they're there and they'll have frustrations about their work, and they'll be talking to other drivers about that. The same is very true in the software industry. So I go to a lot of meetups, conferences, and there's always lots of software developers there, and they're all talking about work. So they'll be focusing on what they're doing at work, whether they're working on some great and interesting projects, any problems or issues that they're facing. Now these could be technical problems, they could be problems with managers, they could be problems with hiring, but they're talking about them. And what they're saying about those issues really reflects on you as an employer, and it's really going to impact your ability to hire in the future. For example, a couple of years ago I worked with a client, and unfortunately they made some redundancies. Now those redundancies weren't as a result of any poor sales the previous year. It was really just a streamlining of the business, and they moved the technology in a different direction. Now that did impact their reputation in the local community, and they recognised this, and they approached me to help them rebuild their reputation within that industry. So we did a lot of work on that. We put on an event, and we just told everybody exactly what they'd done, why they'd done it, and that it wasn't a negative in terms of an employee view. If you were to join that company, you weren't going to be at risk of being made redundant in the near future. And as a result of actually tackling this situation head on, the company off the back of that event made 3 or 4 hires, and kind of rebuilt their reputation in the community just by tackling it head on. So what I'd like you to think about is, do you know what your reputation is within the developer community? Do you know what your employees are saying about you when they're attending these events, conferences, meetups? And really, do you as an employer know what makes you great to work for? A lot of companies, they say, yes, we're a fantastic company to work for, and I'll say, okay, what are those reasons? And then they stumble and struggle to come up with some reasons. So really understanding why people should come and work for you, why your employees enjoy working for you, that's key. And then communicating that to your employees, so that when they are going out to these conferences and events, they can be saying these great things, and why they love working for you. And it will make your life hiring and in recruitment so much easier if you've got people already wanting to come and work for you. You're not having to work as hard to go out there, identify suitable candidates, and then convince them that you're a great company to work for. Half the battle's already won. So I'll leave it there for today. And like I say, in the next week or so, Andy and I will do a video together, and we'll share some more insight into employer branding. Thanks.